Hi, my name's Izzy Taylor and I ride Barrington Alice. Take one. Hi, I'm Izzy Taylor. I ride Barrington Alice. Alice is owned by Johnny Hornby here. She was bred by Susie Holroyd. I rode for Susie. I had a mare that was meant to go to the Olympics for Susie. When Susie bred Alice as a 4-year-old, she came to me and I bought her as a 5-year-old, sold her to a very good owner of my tree sheriff, and then Johnny took over.
I bought her as a 5-year-old for me, and I've never sat on the horse once because Izzy had no intention of her coming to me, and I'm glad I've never sat on her because she's gone on to do spectacular things that she would not have done with me on her back.
Johnny very kindly bought Alice without my knowledge, and yes, she's a fantastic mare. She won Le Lion World Championships last year as a 6-year-old, which was very exciting. Sadly, Johnny couldn't make it. And then this year as a 7-year-old, she won the Howden Way 7-year-old class at Cirencester.
Yep.
She's had a fantastic season so far. She's coming to Cornbury for the 7-year-old national championships, and then hopefully will head on to Le Lion to hopefully become a 7-year-old world champion. And that's the great thing about what David Howden's done at Cornbury, is he's produced a really big atmosphere for these young horses to be exposed to. So then when they step up to the World Championships at the age levels, but also for the future, they've seen the excitement, they've seen proper dressage arenas with flags and a real atmosphere at an event. So the support he offers just from that point, let alone the financial support he gives us as riders and owners, is fantastic.
Yeah, I think what David's done is amazing, both for the juniors and the young riders and the Howden Way programme, but the way he's built Cornbury over the last 4 years, I think it is, he's been doing it every year. It gets better and better, doesn't it, for the riders, for the spectators.
And importantly for the owners, which we couldn't do it. I couldn't do my job without you. You know, the owners are hugely important. And again, having the support of the Howden Way from my perspective for the young horses is a huge thing, and you see it as well with the juniors and young riders. It really helps the future of our sport in both sides. It's a real showcase, isn't it, for the sport, but especially for the young horses and for the juniors and young riders that are coming through. It's a fantastic showcase.
Yeah, we've got another one of our Barrington horses that you ride, Barrington Boy, in the 6-year-olds, and I think, as you just said, for a 6-year-old like Barry to go to that sort of event is a fantastic education for him and his future. In the same way he was there last year as a 5-year-old, I think it's really helps educate them and get them ready for...
It's a great education, and it's not, of course we all go there wanting to win, because who wouldn't want to win, and especially now we get beer. But it's also, with these young horses, it's about their education, about the stepping stones on the way to what we hope will be future championship horses and Olympic horses. So Alice is a very special mare. She has a beautiful brain. She's always on side with me. She wants to do the job right. She's naturally talented. She moves, she jumps, she gallops. But to go to Le Lion for the World Championships as a 6-year-old, you have to have a horse that wants to be with you and that doesn't get a fright, doesn't get scared, because the atmosphere there is huge. So I do think, having been to Cornbury as a 6-year-old, that helped her get ready. But equally, it's our responsibility as riders to say, yes, this horse is able to go to a championship at this age, this stage. No, this one isn't. It's very talented, but it's not going to get there yet. And I think, for me, a bit like in any top sport, you can have many athletes, and for us, the horses are athletes that have got all the talent. And what gives them the X factor is their brain and their heart, and hers is huge.
And I remember when you first told me about her as a 5-year-old, you thought she had the temperament even then, didn't you? You thought she had the brain that could go on and
Yeah.
do special things.
Yeah, I mean, again, part of our job as riders is to realise what their brains are. And there are some very talented 6-year-olds that you'd never take to Leon because you may win it, but you'd never get them back again.
Yeah.
She's exceptional because she's got the talent and the brain, and equally, I believe, the ability to go on to the top level. So that's why she, for me, is a very exciting horse.
Yeah, I remember first meeting David about 4.5 years ago through a mutual friend, and he said to me he was thinking of bringing back Cornbury Horse Trials, and that he really wanted to do it at the very highest level. And anyone who knows David and his other business interests knows that David doesn't do anything by halves. And it was pretty amazing from day one. He sort of said, you know, who's the course builder that builds the Olympics and does, so that's David Evans. What about a show jumping arena? Well, I'll have to rebuild all that and flatten the thing out. And even after the second year, he did it again because he didn't think it was wide enough. No investment is too big for David. When he says, I want owners to have the best time, he wants the best owners' tents. He's got the guys from the Phil Windsor and the guys from the Bull at Charlbury doing the food, which is exceptional. You know, the whole thing, I think, as a visitor experience, a rider experience, an owner experience, and as you say, most importantly, from the horse's perspective, it's at the very, very top end. And I think, you know, if eventing had more David Howdens, we'd be very lucky, and we're very grateful for everything he does for the sport.